Hey everyone, welcome back to another dividend investing video. Summer is here. We're leaving the month of June, coming into July, and it's a good time to make a video summarizing the activity in our dividend growth income portfolio. It was a record month for incoming dividends, and I'm excited to share all of that with you. There were a couple companies in the portfolio who increased their dividend payments both by double digits. I also made my weekly purchases, which I will share with you what those are, and I'll also go over the dividends received in this account for the month of June. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive in. I'm Nick, and this is the Dividend Growth Income channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm not a financial advisor or guru. I'm just a regular guy who wants to share my love of dividend growth investing and building financial independence with passive income. If you could, please do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe to keep up with future videos. This helps us out more than you can imagine with the algorithm, so we can bring you more quality dividend investing content. So I wasn't making videos in April and May. There were a few missed portfolio updates, and I apologize for those who were waiting for those. But we are back now. And I had to take some time because life forced me to turn my attention and priorities just to other things, simply. The continued weekly purchases, however, they've continued. And today at the end of June, the portfolio stands at a value of $28,388.41. So the portfolio was started in September of 2022, right as I started this channel, so we could follow the creation of a new portfolio together. I think less than 2 years later, to be at this position, I am extremely pleased with how this has come together in that amount of time. This is off of $25.6K added to the account in cash. Now, some folks could probably do better, and others might do less. No matter what you do, you just do what you can, right? And I think it's important not to necessarily compare your own situation to others all that much. Invest what you're able to invest. This is a taxable account. It's not a retirement account. I invest in both a 401k at my job, and I also max out my Roth IRA. And those accounts do take a higher priority over this account. I can only add up to $7,000 a year into that Roth IRA, and making sure I can do that has to come first, right? Right now, the dividend portfolio is projected to pay out over $800 in the next year, $811.60 to be exact. This comes out to an average of $67.63 in monthly dividend income. So I'm now more than 2/3 of the way to $100 a month in this account coming in dividends. You can also think of this like $15.61 per week or $2.22 per day. Now we'll talk more about the performance in my mid-year portfolio review coming out in a few days, but let's move on to the activity we saw in the month of June. I had a couple companies increase their dividend payments, which is probably my favorite way to see my dividend income go up. I don't do anything except hold these companies and they increase their dividend payments. It's a beautiful thing. And these are core holdings in this portfolio. First, United Health, ticker UNH, on June 5th hiked its dividend payment by 12%, which increased their dividend growth streak to 14 years. The dividend payment went up from $1.88 per share to $2.10 per share, bringing its total annual payout up to $8.40. It's on the lower yielding side out of the stocks' portfolio at 1.65% forward yield. But with a 10-year total return at 600%, UNH has been a compounder for the patient investor. Simply buy and hold it. Stocks like this that have a track record of raising their dividend payments. Simply Safe Dividends gives UNH a dividend safety score of 99, rating that dividend very safe. This was affirmed as of April 30th of 2024. Now, shares look appealing to me right now with that current yield being at 15% above UNH's 5-year average yield. And I'm also a fan of their overall just dominant position relative to their peers in the healthcare sector. Now, the other company that increased my dividend income this month was the Kroger company, ticker KR. I just put out a video about this one, so I'm not going to really go too much detail into them. But another double-digit raise from Kroger, America's second largest grocer. On June 27th, they announced a hike to their dividend from 29 cents to 32 cents, bringing its total annual payout to $1.28 per share. This is a 10% raise. The 18th consecutive year Kroger has raised the dividend payment. We love this one in the portfolio. We do keep an eye on those razor-thin margins. Also, 3 of the dividend ETFs in the portfolio announced dividend payments that were up relative to where they were 12 months ago. VYM announced a dividend payment of $1.02 per share, bringing its dividend payment up 4.3% over the last year. And we saw SCHD announce a record payout of 82.41 cents per share, bringing its average payout over the last 12 months up 6%. And then VOO also announced a dividend of $1.78 per share, bringing its average payout over the last 12 months to 3.2%. And that was going to pay out in July. Now, the SCHD payment is a serious boost in income for this portfolio. You love to see it. Now, which companies, tell me down in the comments, please, what are you holding that came out with nice dividend hikes like United Health or Kroger, those double-digit raises? It's very encouraging when companies you hold do that, pushing out double-digit increases. It really solidifies my choice to make these core holdings in this account. All right, so let's move to stock purchases made in the account for the month of June. Now, I invest in this account every Wednesday, although I was forced to buy on Tuesday, June 18th due to the market closure of the Juneteenth holiday. Here's the tab I keep in my portfolio tracker spreadsheet where I log all the weekly contribution amounts and I set an annual goal. And I add money every single Wednesday. In June, that weekly amount was $300 per week. In the first week, I managed to sneak in an additional $50. Now, if you notice, going back, I was going a little harder those first few months when I was getting $350 a week. I had to scale this back a tad in May when I had a few things come up, I had a major auto repair bill, and then my work 401k came out with some better options for me, which led me to decide to up that a little bit at the expense of this too. So right now, no matter what, I'm consistently adding funds every week into the Fidelity account, and I got $300 in each week in June here. In July, I have 5 Wednesdays to fund. The plan is to continue the $300 a week pace. I can continue that, but it's going to be like a month-by-month decision on how much I'm adding in. We're going to try to go a little harder towards the later half of the year. Now, right now, the goal is set to be $16,000 total invested. This would be an improvement over the $14.4K we invested in 2023, and I'm more than halfway there already. So love to see it. So the first week on June 5th, I added $300, purchased $100 of each of the following stocks: Cisco Systems, ticker CSCO, the Kroger Company, ticker KR, and the McDonald's Corporation, ticker MCD. I'm planning to add more McDonald's and Kroger in the month of July, by the way. On June 1st, I had an extra $50 I snuck into the portfolio. I increased my MasterCard, ticker MA, position with that $50. Okay, and then on June 12th, Chevron, ticker CVX for $100 in United Health, ticker UNH. Those dividend raises can be inspired. And then $100 in Lockheed Martin, ticker LMT. Then on June 18th, that was the Tuesday, another $300. That was split 3 ways, $100 into each of these stocks. We had Comcast, ticker CMCSA, one of the few red positions still in the account, so I've been averaging down there. McDonald's again, another slight average down, and Mondelez International, ticker MDLZ, maker of Oreos. Down on that one as well. 18, I was trying to kind of average down a little bit. Then on June 29th, the final Wednesday of June, I bought $100 more of Comcast, $100 more of Cisco, and $100 more of Kroger. Now, I was focused more on red positions, and I'm not really down heavy on anything, but there's an opportunity there for some of those companies like McDonald's and Cisco and Comcast. Now, with Cisco, I would like to see some better dividend growth. It's been pretty underwhelming. But I am a believer in their long-term position in their industry, and it's one of the higher-yielding companies in the portfolio, so it continues to have a place there for me. All right, now for the fun part, the dividend income we received the month of June. Let's go through these. We had 17 dividend payments overall. A record month for this account. Really exciting stuff. On June 3rd, Aflac, ticker AFL, paid me $5.23. Also on June 3rd, Kroger paid me $4.87. Since I've been adding to that, I do expect September's will have a nice bump from this amount. On June 7th, biopharmaceutical company Amgen, ticker AMGN, it's been performing well for me thanks to its weight loss drugs. Paid me out $5.28. And then we had 2 dividend payments on June 10th. Chevron, ticker CVX, paid me $9.95, and Snap-on, ticker SNA, paid me $6.12. On June 13th, Home Depot, ticker HD, coming in at $6.03. On June 14th, I had 2 payments, both from the monthly dividend stocks in the fund. Agri Realty, ticker ADC, at $4.21. Main Street Capital at $3.99. I'm also waiting on a $5 something payment from their quarterly special dividend, which is supposed to pay, but Main Street takes a few extra days for some reason to process in Fidelity. I never understood why that is. The dividend payments on June 17th were McDonald's Corporation at $6.26 and Next Year Energy, ticker NEE, at $7.20. On June 21st, Waste Management, ticker WM, paid me $3.06. On June 24th, BlackRock Inc. ticker BLK paid out $5.42. On June 25th, United Health Group, ticker UNH, made a dividend payment of $4.65. Also on June 5th, the ETF UYM paid me a nice $17.92. And then on the 28th, my star holdings, I'm up over 100% on this investment. Broadcom, ticker AVGO, paid me $3.33. Also on the 28th, Lockheed Martin LMT, they paid me $6.67. I'm also counting my technically July 1st payment of $21.13, as SCHD has historically always paid in June. And the dividend has already hit my account as of market close on June 28th. So I'm grouping this one in two. That's a record amount for a single dividend payment in this account. And it brings the grand total of dividends received in this account to $126.33 in the month of June. All of it was reinvested right back into the companies that paid them, which in turn pretty much guarantees that in another quarter from now, when all these guys pay out again, I can expect higher payments than we got this time in June. Of course, the ETFs are variable payment, so that can kind of switch things up. So you compare that $126.33 to the $45.85 we received in dividends in June of 2023, and I'm honestly thrilled with that. Extremely pleased with this performance. I think we've demonstrated that building up dividend income in a short amount of time can be done. You can take what I'm doing and scale it really in either direction. The important thing is that you get your money working for you and you do it now. There is no reason to wait. Time in the market is going to always beat timing the market. And here's how the portfolio is projected to pay out, okay? I've expected we're going to, for the month of July, I expect we'll be collecting about $60 for that month. More to come soon. In our next video, I'm going to put out a mid-year review of this entire portfolio. I'll go through each position one by one. We're going to review performance, dividends it's paying, dividends projected to pay, and we're also going to see how I see each of these positions for the last half of 2024. And we'll also look at the overall performance of the portfolio, because it is up. It's doing pretty well. And if you want to understand part of why I have such a stake in SCHD, because I invest that not only in this account, but in my Roth IRA even heavier, you can learn more about that by clicking into this next video where I talk about the king of dividend ETFs, that is SCHD. So thank you so much for sticking around, and until next time, keep investing.